I was stunned when during the beer party, one of my acquaintances showed a video where my cheating wife was entertaining herself with 2 other men. I pushed him against the wall and said, "You have 10 seconds, bastard, to tell me all the details or I'll turn you into dust." And here's what happened next. The backyard was alive with laughter. The scent of grilled meat mixing with beer and sweat. The guys were swapping stories, joking about work, relationships, and past mistakes. It was the kind of night I had always enjoyed. Easy, simple, no complications. Until the video. I barely glanced up when Ryan nudged me, shoving his phone in my face. "Dude, check this out," he chuckled, like he was about to show me some dumb prank. Then I heard it. A moan. Familiar. Intimate. I frowned, my grip tightening around my beer bottle. My mind took a second to process it before the screen filled my vision. A hotel room, dim lighting, and a tangle of bodies. At first, my brain refused to accept it. But then I saw her. My wife. The way she moved, the little sounds she made, things I thought were mine alone to know. And she wasn't just with one man. There were 2. The blood drained from my face, my chest tightened, my pulse hammering in my ears so loud that the rest of the party faded into static. Maybe I was mistaken. Maybe it was a trick of the light. Bad quality. Then I saw her smile. Not just any smile, the same one she used to give me. A chill ran down my spine, so cold it burned. A timestamp appeared on the screen. Last week. A week ago when she told me she was at a girls' night. A week ago when I kissed her goodbye before leaving for work, thinking I was coming home to a loyal wife. My stomach twisted violently. A rush of nausea, of raw disgust clawed at my throat. Ryan was still smirking, still oblivious to the nuclear explosion happening inside me. "She's wild, huh?" he laughed, taking another sip of his beer. "They said she's married, but she—" My fingers were around his throat before I even realized I'd moved. His back slammed against the wooden fence with a dull thud, the beer bottle slipping from his hand and shattering on the ground. The party around us blurred. People turned, voices rising in shock. But I couldn't hear them. I could only hear my own voice, low and ice cold. "You have 10 seconds, bastard." My grip tightened, his smirk vanished. "Tell me everything, or I swear to God I'll turn you into dust." Ryan's cocky expression melted into panic. His hands came up, gripping my wrists, but I barely felt them. Whoa, man, chill." 9. Dude, I didn't know it was your wife." His voice cracked. "I swear, Jeff sent it in our group chat. Said it was some married chick who likes to play around." 8. "Where?" My voice was dangerously even. "A hotel. I don't know which one." 7. "Think harder." He swallowed hard, his eyes darting to the side, looking for help. None of the others stepped in. "Smart move. Someplace downtown. They meet there often, I think." 6. "She's been doing this a while, hasn't she?" My voice was quieter now, the kind of quiet that made people nervous. Ryan hesitated, and I knew that was the worst part. It wasn't a one-time mistake. It wasn't just one guy. She had been doing this behind my back for a long, long time. Something in me snapped. I let go. Ryan collapsed against the fence, gasping for breath, rubbing his neck like he'd just escaped death itself. Maybe he had. I turned away, my hands shaking, not with fear, but with pure, focused rage. I could have lost control. I could have beaten him bloody right there, but that would be too easy, too merciful. I wanted her to suffer. I wanted her to feel every ounce of betrayal, humiliation, and pain that was currently flooding through me. She thought she had gotten away with it. She thought she was safe. She had no idea the hell that was coming for her. I left the party without a word. No goodbyes, no explanations. Just grabbed my keys and walked out, my body running on pure adrenaline. The night air was cool against my skin, but it did nothing to calm the inferno burning inside me. My mind replayed the video in perfect detail. Every movement, every sound, every goddamn second of my wife betraying me. And she looked happy. That was the part that made my stomach turn. She wasn't drunk. She wasn't hesitant. She wasn't regretting it. She was enjoying herself, and that meant she had made her choice. Fine. Now it was my turn. I slid into my car, gripping the steering wheel so tight my knuckles went white. Revenge had to be perfect. Public, humiliating, something she could never recover from. But first, I needed proof. The first lead. Ryan had mentioned a hotel downtown. That was a start. I didn't need him anymore. He was a coward, but he had already given me the key to unraveling everything. I drove in silence, my mind racing. There were dozens of hotels in the city. But I knew my wife. She was a creature of habit. She wouldn't go somewhere random. She'd go somewhere familiar, somewhere comfortable. Then I remembered something. A few months ago, she had treated herself to a spa weekend with her friends. I hadn't thought much of it at the time. I was working a case, barely home. But when she came back, she was different. Relaxed, happy, more affectionate than usual. I had assumed she just needed a break. Now I knew better. I pulled over and searched my phone for luxury hotels with a spa. 3 options. I started with the most expensive one. The Park Regency Hotel was 5 stars. Sleek, modern, exactly the kind of place my wife would pick. The parking lot was half full, and the lobby was quiet with only a few guests lingering near the bar. I walked up to the receptionist, forcing a polite smile. "Hey, my brother was staying here last weekend, but he lost something in his room. I don't know the room number, but he was here with a woman. Blonde, blue dress, loud laugh. Might be under his name or hers." The receptionist hesitated, then glanced at the computer screen. "I'm sorry, sir, but we can't give out guest information." "Of course." I pulled out a $100 bill and slid it across the counter. "I just need to know if he checked out already." She hesitated again. Then the money disappeared. She typed quickly, then nodded. "They checked out 3 days ago. Got you. One more push. Do you guys have security cameras in the hallways?" "Of course." "Perfect." I leaned in. "Because I think my wife was here with another man. I just want to confirm before I confront her." Her expression softened. "Maybe she'd been in my shoes before," she exhaled, glancing around. "We're not supposed to, but give me 5 minutes." I waited by the lounge, pretending to check my phone. 5 minutes later, she came back with a USB drive. "This is from the hallway cameras," she whispered. "It resets every week, so it's all I have." I took it. "Thank you." Then I left. Back home, I plugged the USB into my laptop. The footage was grainy but clear enough. And there she was, my wife, holding hands with a man I didn't recognize, laughing, kissing him in the hallway before they disappeared into a suite. Everything inside me turned to ice. I saved the footage. Then I started planning her downfall. She wanted excitement. I'd give her something unforgettable. I sat in front of my laptop, staring at the video. The proof was right here. There was no denying it, no explaining it away. She was mine, and she gave herself to someone else. But I wasn't going to just walk up to her and scream in her face. That was too easy, too merciful. I wanted her to suffer, and I knew exactly how to make that happen. Step 1, the illusion of normality. If I confronted her now, she'd cry, beg, or try to twist things in her favor. I wasn't interested in hearing excuses, so I had to act normal, completely normal. The next morning, I made breakfast like I always did. Bacon, scrambled eggs, coffee. I even kissed her on the forehead when she walked into the kitchen. She smiled. She had no idea. "Morning, babe," she said, stretching. "Did you sleep okay?" I forced a small chuckle. Like a rock. That wasn't a lie. I slept great because I had a plan. She sat down, scrolling through her phone, probably texting her friends. I sipped my coffee, watching her carefully. "How was the party last night?" she asked. I shrugged. "Same old. Work talk, bad beer, Ryan being an idiot." She smirked. "I bet." I wanted to grab my phone, open the video, and shove it in her face. "See what you've done? See what you threw away?" But I didn't. Instead, I just smiled, because the longer she thought things were fine, the harder the fall would be. Step 2. The perfect stage. I wasn't just going to expose her, I was going to ruin her. My wife wasn't just anyone. She had a reputation. She was an influencer, social media obsessed, always posting about her perfect life, her perfect marriage, her perfect image. She thrived on admiration, and I was going to burn that to the ground. Her birthday was coming up in a week. She had been planning a big party, fancy venue, expensive catering, all her friends and family there. It was the perfect setting. The more people, the better. I sent out the invitations myself. Step 3. The weapon. Proof wasn't enough. I needed impact. I compiled everything. The hotel footage, screenshots of her texts extracted from her cloud backup, screenshots of bank transactions, hotel charges, gifts she bought him, a neatly edited video combining it all together. I didn't need to add commentary. The evidence spoke for itself. And once it was ready, I scheduled an automatic email blast. Delivery time, 9:00 p.m., right in the middle of her party. Step 4. Letting her dig her own grave. The days leading up to her birthday were almost comical. She was excited, talking about the party non-stop, picking out outfits, coordinating decorations, bragging to her friends about how amazing her life was. She even kissed me more than usual, maybe out of guilt. I played along, smiling, laughing, pretending. She had no idea that by this time next week, her world would be in flames. And I was going to enjoy every second of it. The venue was packed. Music, laughter, a perfect celebration. She was in her element, dressed in a shimmering gold dress, drinking champagne, glowing with confidence. The queen of the night. And in less than an hour, she'd be the biggest joke in the room. The calm before the storm. I mingled, smiled, and shook hands. Old friends, colleagues, and family members, all here to celebrate her. She flitted through the crowd, beaming, completely unaware. "God, you really went all out," her best friend Rachel said, raising a glass. "She's so lucky to have you," I just smiled. Oh, she's lucky all right. Lucky she made it this far without being exposed. At 8:50 p.m., she took the stage for a little speech. "I just want to thank my amazing husband," she gushed, blowing me a kiss. "I'm so blessed to have him in my life." The irony. I raised my glass and nodded. "Anything for you, babe?" The crowd cheered. She basked in the attention. 5 minutes left. The first crack. 8:59 p.m. My phone buzzed. Scheduled email sent. I took a sip of my drink watching. It started slowly. A few people pulling out their phones, confused murmurs. Then the first gasp. "What the hell?" someone muttered. A woman covered her mouth, staring at her screen in horror. Then another. And another. Her father. Her mother. Her best friend. And then her. She noticed the shift in the crowd, the way people were staring at her, whispering. "What's going on?" she asked, forcing a nervous laugh. Then Rachel's voice cut through the noise. "Tell me this is fake," she said, holding up her phone. The video played on loop, hotel room, moaning, her voice, text messages, her words, her betrayal broadcasted to everyone she loved. Silence. Then chaos. The downfall. Her mother started crying. Her father turned red with rage. Friends backed away, disgusted. Her perfect image shattered in seconds. And then she turned to me. "You?" Her voice cracked. "You did this." I tilted my head. "Did what? You exposed me," she shrieked, stepping closer. "You ruined my life." I laughed, actually laughed. "No," I said. "You ruined your own life. I just gave everyone front row seats." She grabbed my arm. "We can fix this." I pulled away. "You don't get it, do you?" I said, voice calm. "It's over." And then, to make sure she truly understood, I pulled out the divorce papers. "Sign these," I said, "or I'll make sure this video doesn't just stay between us. I'll make sure your sponsors, your brands, and every company you work with sees it too." Her face drained of color. She looked around. No one was on her side. Her best friend betrayed, her parents ashamed, me, done. She had lost everything. Final blow. Security escorted her out as the crowd whispered. The party was over, and as I walked out into the cool night air, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Freedom. And damn, it felt good. Was this revenge justified? Or did it go too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear your take. And if you love jaw-dropping pro-revenge stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and smash the like for more thrilling tales you won't want to miss. Every like, share, and subscription means the world to us. It helps us keep bringing you the stories you crave. Your support truly makes a difference. Thank you so much for being part of our community.